Welcome to Angels Don't Lie with Jeannie Street. Jeannie is a God-based medium, owner of In Spirit Healing Studio, and new author of the book The Goddess You. Angels Don't Lie will be a show dedicated to healing and love, and we will be taking live questions. If you have a question you would like Jeannie to answer on the show, or if you would like to contact her, send your correspondence to Jeannie@JeannieStreet.com or check out the website JeannieStreet.com. Now here's Jeannie Street.
I let the world on wake up. Trouble is I never went to sleep. I climbed the nightmares in the mountains in my dreams. Oh Lord, won't you get me back with me?
Hey, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Angels Don't Lie. I am your host, Jeannie Street, and I am really excited about being here tonight. Woohoo! We have a jam-packed show for you. I hope you are ready. And like always, I always recommend if you grab yourself a journal or some paper and a pen to take some notes, because there's always a lot of information. So we take live call-in questions, and also we connect you to your loved ones on the other side. So if you're looking for a reading or if you have a guidance question, we invite you to call our number, and that is 646-891-5252. You can always send me an email to Jeannie@JeannieStreet.com, and I will read your question online if you don't want to call in. So there is the perfect opportunity. I wanted to give a shout out to the gals in the Angels Don't Lie group that had clicked on my, I put a little shout out and said, hey guys, this is what the program's going to be on tonight in our private group. And if you put your name and like it, I will shout you out. So I'm going to say hello to Rachel Williams, Samantha Thomas, Jillian Todd, Carly Hilliard, Doreen Codd, and I'm going to say this wrong. I'm so sorry. Saraya Young. I'm sorry if I got that wrong.
You got it right.
I did?
Yeah.
All right.
Saraya.
Look at me. And so I'll say hi to KJ and Casey, who are here in the studio with me, but also liked it because they're awesome. So tonight we are going to be talking about two really important topics, and they kind of go together. We're going to talk about when ego and intuition get confused and what that means. We're going to kind of go into this whole informative little chat about that. And also, I'm going to share with you some strategies and some information that the angels have guided and shown me, and what they have to say about when you're going through a trying time, and what you can do for a friend who's also going through a trying time. So that's going to be kind of what's in our program tonight. It's going to be amazing. So this has been a really busy week since our last week. I actually have my voice back, which I'm really excited about. The sinus thing is calmed down. What are you going to say, Casey?
I'm glad to see you're feeling better too. You definitely got a little more spark.
Yeah,
today.
That sinus thing really had me just kind of run down. So I'm happy to be kind of rested and back up. And I've been really amping up my superfood. So tonight I wanted to give you like my little superfood tip of the week, my special food, and it's going to be bee pollen. And I'm actually having a bee pollen drink tonight. I have a love affair with bee pollen because it's amazing. The energy that it carries, it's super high vibrational, and it really can lift your spirits and your intuition, really kind of spark that up. So it also has some health benefits as well. So we'll talk a little bit about this, and I'll give you my little recipe, what I have drinking tonight. So bee pollen is considered one of nature's most perfect foods because it's compatible with our body. It nourishes us on amazing levels because it's like a perfect match to our bodies. It's high in protein. It has bioflavonoids, fatty acids, enzymes. It's antiviral, anti-inflammatory. It can lower cholesterol. It's a rich source of antioxidants as well. So it works on that heart and blood level, meaning that it can really lower your cholesterol and strengthen your capillaries and really help circulation as well, and raises the white blood cell count so you can fight off infections and diseases much easier. It's also amazing food for allergies. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, bee pollen really can help you get through the season. And if you start taking it now and take it regularly, you won't have a problem during the fall or during the spring next year, because you'll build up that immunity. It also is used, a lot of strength trainers will use bee pollen because it increases strength and your endurance level to continue going and building. And so it's kind of like empowering. And it's the superfood for fertility. So whenever I have a client that comes in that's having a hard time conceiving or keeping a pregnancy or is wanting to get pregnant, I always turn to bee medicine, because bee medicine, meaning bee pollen, the honeys, the propolis, they're really amazing for boosting that female energy, boosting fertility. And if we think about what bees do, it's all about getting that pollen and pollinating. And so it really is incredible.
So give me a quick, between bee pollen, the propolis, and the honey, just a quick rundown of the three different things.
Oh, are you putting me on the spot?
Yes.
So, well, obviously the honey is the nectar, the honey.
Right.
The propolis, if I'm correct, is the part of the hive. It's like the white part in the hive. And so that has amazing healing properties as well. And the pollen is obviously, it's like a whole bunch of millions of different flowers brought into this little ball. So the bees will go out to this flower, this flower, this flower. It takes hours and hours and hours for them to gather just to make one bee pollen ball. And this bee pollen that's why it's such a superfood. So high in amazing nutrients and minerals. It's also great for, bee pollen is really great for skin health. So also with anybody that has disease, cancer, any kind of autoimmune, really amazing, because it works on a mind, body, soul level. So we've talked about this in the past when we work with foods and we work with things that serve us. Bee medicine works on that level. So of course, if you are working with a physician, if you are on a health protocol with medications, you're going to want to speak to your physician before you bring in any kind of herbal or superfood to make sure that it works with your regimen.
Good idea.
Yes, always, 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 always. So tonight I made myself this amazing bee pollen drink. I started with just a teacup and I steeped a little bit of horsetail herb, a little bit of nettle, and a little bit of seaweed, and then a teaspoon of the bee pollen. And then I added half a teaspoon of Manuka honey. So I let that sit and steep for just probably it was like 5 to 7 minutes. And then I filled the ball jar up, a nice little ball jar with ice, and I poured that steeped tea over the ice. So it watered it down even more, because you kind of want it to go in slowly. You want to drink it at a nice level. You don't want it too potent, especially with horsetail and nettle. They can work really great to raise your vibrations and do what they need to do, but too much will cause diarrhea. So nobody has time for that.
Nobody's got time.
Nobody's got time for that. So we want
KJ, you got time for that?
Yeah. So we want to go nice and slow with that. And the reason for nettle, why we would use nettle, is because it works on that allergies, the sinuses. So that's why I brought that in. And same with horsetail. Of course, they do other things, but the horsetail also builds healthy bones. So really for women who are struggling with osteoporosis, it's the highest form of calcium you can get. So horsetail is an amazing herb for that.
Do you mostly go to stores, or do you go to the web for some of this stuff, or what's your go-to thing?
I'm a researcher. So what I'll do is I'll get I'll get wind of something, and the angels will put something in my path, whether I hear somebody talking about it, whether it's an article, I can't or it's a book. So I'll get wind of this one thing, and then I'll start to research it, and I'll read, and I'll just go on that gut feeling, because it's where my guidance comes from, that intuition. So I always try to go local. If I can go local, that's where I'm going to get it. There's a great store right downtown in New Milford that is selling herbs. You can get it first at the Natural Food Market right on Bank Street. She sells it. And then we have an herbal store. I don't know, I can't, it's off the top of my head, it's not coming, but I'll get it to you. And Lupo is her name. She teaches herbal classes. So she opened this brand new store, and I know she has all the herbs there as well. So you can, so these are considered herbs.
I know it's getting easier and easier to find them local.
Exactly. Exactly. Bee pollen, I try to get local, and usually it's in the refrigerated section at a health food store. And because, usually that works best with your allergies, and if you're allergic to something, it's going to be in your region. So that's why I like the local bee pollen. Yeah. So there you are. There's the amazing bee pollen. And I'll use bee pollen many different ways, but this is just one way today that I used it. You can also put it in a smoothie. So cold, you take a teaspoon and add it right to your smoothie, and it blends right in. And it has like a sweet taste to it. I think that's probably why I like it. It doesn't have like a bitter, and that's way it mixes nice with the seaweed, because
Gotcha.
Seaweed can have that kind of a flat, not as great flavor, and
Right.
smell fishy. So a little bit of seaweed goes a long way, and just a little bit will really boost up your iron level. So it will make you feel great. So amazing foods to really feel good.
Yeah, I got some kelp to start putting in my smoothie in the morning.
Yeah, so go light with it. Do like a pinch. And so you get a little bit bigger with that pinch as you go. So
Okay.
you tolerate the taste. And if you get bee pollen, it'll be nice, and it'll have a nice mellow, sweet flavor. Yeah.
All right.
It's that mellow yellow, because bee pollen is yellow. There you go.
But I like that thing. You said it's local to what you're being affected by, so it's almost like you're taking the antivirus.
Right. Well, that's what they say. If you take a teaspoon of local honey, there's a method. You can do dark honey for the for the fall, and then light honey for the spring, and then you can ward off the seasonal allergies that way as well. I believe that's what it is.
So buying something from another part of the country wouldn't be as helpful.
Exactly.
You gotta have the local
Right.
to
Buying
say-
a mass-produced in a grocery store is not going to be helpful. So that's
Right.
why a nice raw honey, local, is always better. And then we have so many amazing farm stands. And even if you're listening across the country, you have farm stands by you. You have local resources. Those farmers markets. Go to them. Buy stuff local. And there's nothing like supporting a local business, because that's what we need. We don't need more Amazons and big mass stores. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my Amazon. But if I can't find it local, then I'll turn there. So there is that business. Bam. All right.
That was a lot in
It was
15
a lot.
minutes.
I'm going to slow myself down, because it's like, the channel is like going, and I'm on fire. Glad we opened the window in here. All right, so we're going to first talk about the distinct difference between intuition and ego. So there's a couple things to know. First is that your soul is infinite, which means that you have a higher soul self, or authentic self, which is pure and free from fears and energetic debris that are all around. And so your soul self, and I like to call it your goddess soul self, this is the truth of who you are. And even if you're a guy, what I say when we talk about goddess soul self, we're not talking about, just female. We're talking about that connection to your highest self. And that is more of a female tone, because it's a softer tone when we connect higher. Male tone can be more aggressive, a little bit, how do I want to say it? A little more I can't even think of a word besides aggressive. But so it's easier when we say goddess to feel ourselves kind of moving up. Do you understand, Casey? You understand what I say about that?
Yeah, it's like a stronger, or I guess less soft. I don't know what.
So we all have that male, female within us, each of us, no matter who we are. So when we connect to the female side, that's more of the God side. The male side is more of the logic side, the more, down to earth, learning type of feeling, getting the things done and moving ahead in life. Where the softer side, that other side, is going to be the divine side. It's going to have that even flow. So when we manifest or whatever, we're working in that higher vibration, we want to connect higher. So guys, you can be the goddess you as well. So our gifts and our talents and our life path are better understood when we are connecting and following our intuitive voice. Our intuitive voice is the voice that connects with spirit. This is how spirit speaks to us, through us. So spirit can speak through our intuition or literally just in our mind. All by itself, it'll feel like it's floating in, and that will be the tone of love. This is, very gentle, very soft, and always for the highest and best. So it's always joy-filled, love, and kind. It can be direct as well. So spirit can be very direct, but in a loving way. And so your intuition is connected through your solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus is located just below your rib cage. This is the intuitive, gut feeling you get. So when you have that connection open, when there's that even flow to spirit, we have to have that ability to set that intention to say, yes, I want to work with you. I want to work with the divine. I want to be open. I want to work with my highest self. Well, bam, that's when the magic happens. That's when it's really beautiful. Hold that thought, because we have a caller on the line, and I will be right back to talk about ego. Do we have a name?
Jillian.
Hi, Jillian. This is Jeannie. How are you?
Hi, Jilly. Hi, Jilly. Jeannie, it's Jillian from Atlanta. Hi.
Hi.
Good to hear your voice. I hope that bee pollen is working real well for you.
Oh, yes.
It sounds really intriguing. I'm going to have to go pick some up.
It's really amazing.
Well, I was calling tonight, and I was wondering if there was any messages or important messages from Spirit, or maybe from my mom, Sharon, if she had any messages for me tonight.
Do you understand the path that they're showing in front of you? Like your mom. So your mom is showing like a literal pathway. And I don't know if this is the pathway. I don't know if this is the pathway. And she's showing me it's like, is that like slate or flagstone? Do you understand that? Is that in front of your house, or was that in front of her house?
It doesn't sound familiar to me, but
so the pathway she keeps saying is like, it's like right in front of you. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. And she's inviting you to take a step. Do you understand that? Like, are you stuck? Are you not making a move?
I mean, maybe like career-wise or something, or
I feel like you're at a standstill. Like you're not moving forward, and your mom is saying like the path is right before you. You can take the step, but there's some hesitation and some fear because you can't see what's ahead of you. And she's saying like, and she's really adorable. I want to tell you, she has like a sweet accent, and she's very soft spoken. But she's just saying like, love is right there. Like, it's time to let go of some of those past behaviors, and the struggles that you've been carrying. And she said you've been carrying them, and she's showing me bags. Like, I don't know if you put them in bags, like, or you have a lot of bags. Like, she's showing me all these bags. Like, I don't know.
Probably just a lot of baggage just from childhood and life.
Yeah, so she's like folding them up like grocery bags, like, the paper grocery bags, and she's like folding them up neatly, and she's like, let's put them away now. Like, it's time.
Okay.
Okay.
Get
And
behind me.
Yes, time to pack those up. Pack those up and
Okay.
take that scary leap of faith forward.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
that's kind of what she said. And she kind of says it's like almost like bungee jumping. And
Okay.
it's, you know, like it's going to take your breath away, but you're going to be safe. Do you understand the do you have a son? Who's the boy?
Oh,
She's
is it my brother?
she's holding her hand over the boy. So whenever I see
I
that
do have a son.
Okay.
I do have a son.
Okay.
But I also had a brother. My mom had a child who died like at 6 weeks of age.
Okay.
Would it be my brother?
Because
so
I
don't
see
know.
she shows me the hand of concern over his head. So was he ill?
My son,
No, your brother.
my brother. Well, he died. It's about 6 weeks old. They don't know. They think it was SIDS. But
Okay.
back in those days, they didn't really know
I
about
kind of
SIDS. so
like
she
what
took
she's
a lot of
showing
blame
me.
for it.
Yeah, what she's showing me is like I feel like he was not well.
Oh, okay.
That's what she's showing me. Like I do feel like he stopped breathing, but I don't feel like it was an accident of like the blanket or anything. I feel like it was more of his
Right.
heart.
Mhm.
That's what she's showing me.
Yeah.
I feel like it almost,
Yeah.
he almost wasn't like strong enough. I don't know if he didn't mature enough in the womb. It just wasn't strong enough for him. And that was something
Right.
she carried throughout her life, the rest of her life, losing him.
Yes.
It was a
it,
big grief.
Yes,
And
and she. I think a lot of people blamed her.
Yes.
And there was a lot of blame against people in that age, and she was the kind of person who would never hurt a fly.
And that was where her
So-
anger came from. She wants you to know.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a confirmation for you so you understand where it came from and it was never about you.
Mhm. Awesome. Does she have? I don't know if you can do this. Does she have any messages for my daughter?
What is your daughter's name?
It's also Jillian.
And is she like 21? What is the 21?
She's 26.
Okay. So can you tell me what goes around the number 20, the 21 for you? Did something start happening when she was 21? What's the 21? Is this when your mom passed?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't think of anything like right off my head, but I'll try to think about it later.
Okay. Maybe your daughter was 21 when your mom passed. I don't know how long she's been gone, but she's showing me the number 21.
Oh, let me think. I think it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit longer than that. My son may have been about 21 when she passed, though. That would be about right.
And who has the thing with the throat? The clearing of the throat. The clearing of the throat.
Clearing of the throat.
Yep. I don't know if this is like acid reflux problems. It just feels like it's just my throat hurts.
Is it for me?
It could be. Is this you?
It could be, because I have been doing that little clearing of my throat a lot lately.
Okay.
My husband even mentioned it.
There you go.
That
That's
could
what
be.
she's saying. And I feel like there's a connection. Like you're too acidic. She said it's time to this kind of goes with like everything for you. It's the work, it's the stress, it's the anxiety, it's the diet. It's like everything. It's your worry about your kids. It's everything. She's staying around you. She's like circling around you. Like it's got to stay here. You're worrying about everybody else, but you have to take care of you.
Yeah.
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 And your daughter has
Natural
moved.
thing.
Is she moving? Move? What's the move?
She just recently got married.
Ah,
New house.
there it
recently
is.
Got married. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think she has a very intuitive gift that one day, hopefully, maybe she'll get that developed.
Yes, on her time, my mom. Yeah, that's what your mom's saying. Like on her time.
Yep.
Yeah.
On her time.
On her
exactly.
time. Yeah. We have to take care of ourselves. That's the mother thing. We want to take care of our children and lead them, but the best way we can do that is by being who we are and honoring our soul self.
Right.
So
Yes.
that's big that your mom said that's really big medicine. Like, take that in. Take that in. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. I can see her telling me that too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Jillian.
Okay, well, thank you. All right, and good luck and continued healing.
Thank you. You as well.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. It's funny, like I want to keep clearing my throat now. Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. Whew. All right, so that was a beautiful...
One thing about clearing the throat, you did that at the start of the show, and I didn't have that, when we were doing the music, and I
Yes.
didn't have you muted out, so maybe you knew it was coming early.
It happens, right? You just... Yeah.
Right, you start to feel things before it
Yep.
gets here.
So that was a great call, and I love that actually Jillian's call and her message is all going to tie together with what we're going to talk about tonight. So we left off where I was going to talk to you about ego now, and not all ego is negative, because ego, the facts about ego is the voice of survival and logic, and it's associated with the left side of the mind. So intuition, the female side, the right side, it's about divine flow. So the right side is our receiving mode. When we open up to the divine, we can receive through that beautiful right side. The ego voice will come in through the left side of the mind. That's the logic side of the mind, the logic side of the body, more masculine side. And the ego voice, when it is off balance, it turns to a fearful tone, and that grows pretty quickly, that fearful tone, because once fear jumps in, it becomes almost like a seed. It's planted. And this happens from childhood. It happens very early on in our lives, where one thing, say for instance, when I was a child and I told my parents that I had people in my room, and because I didn't understand the language or how to communicate what was happening, they believed I was having bad dreams, which it seems so logical and normal. But I, after a while, because I wasn't being heard and didn't know how to communicate this, I went back to my room and I learned to self-soothe. I was a thumb sucker, so I sucked my thumb and I pulled up my silky sheet, nice and tight, and I taught myself this little thing about going within to shut off the voice, to shut off the connection to spirit. So I was able to do that. But in that time, I told myself, fear snuck in and said, your parents, Jeannie, don't believe you. Therefore, you must be a liar. And you are not lovable. You are not worthy. So fear came in at just that young age, at 6 years old, to tell me that I wasn't okay. I wasn't safe. That I wasn't like my siblings. That I was different, and that wasn't okay. This continued on and it grew. So that one seed led to another. So here you go. You move on in your life and then you go to school. And because I was an empath and I was having connection to the knowing and spirit, I had a really hard time in school. So I would get bad grades and I would be challenged. I would have to go to speech therapy. So fear snuck in again, and fear said, well, you're not smart. You're not smart. You're not likable. People don't like you. And so there was another thing. It grew again. So fear kept me from that truth, that intuitive voice. So we can take a look at that and we can go back into our own story and we can see where fear kind of came in, where we don't have to blame another. We don't have to take the circumstance and go into this, well, so-and-so did this. Well, we can actually take it and see, okay, well, fear came in and said I was unlovable, and said that love was removed from me because I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I didn't look like others because I didn't understand. That made me less than. So that less than thing is what kept me living in that fearful, dark time. This is how ego grows. And this is the isolation that Schmigo, it's what I talk about in the book. He wants you to be in that isolated area. He wants you to live in those fearful tones. So he confuses intuition, where you'll get that feeling and you'll be like, oh, I can't do that because, people will judge me. I can't be on the radio because they'll hear my voice and they'll think I'm a liar. But intuition, when pure and lined up with love and with God, it says your voice is needed. Your love is needed so you can raise vibration, so you can tell people that the truth is you have always been loved. The truth is God has always been by your side, and forgiveness and love will free you, will teach you, will help you to see those things that are hurting you are not meant to hurt you. They're meant to be lessons to help you grow and become a beautiful plant, a beautiful bush, a beautiful tree, tall, strong, strengthen you. And these are just your roots of where you've been, but they're not who you are. So that ego voice is really, really important for us to understand. It's really important for us to discern between fear and love, because that's how we know when that intuitive voice is clear and it's true and it's love and it's saying, yes, you can. You can walk through that door and take a very big, scary step and change your job. Yes, you can learn a big lesson from a horrible situation. So this ties into the next thing I wanted to talk about what the angels say about trying times. These trying times that happen in our life that can hurt us and keep us prisoner, or they can propel us into the future, into changing our views and changing our patterns and seeing love and being the people that we need to be. So trying times are not to keep you stifled and to keep you in a prison. No, my friend, they're there to guide you. They're there to be the guidepost to say, here's that big lesson staring at you in the face. You're searching for the job, that your dream job, and you're already in a job, and you're being challenged day and day, every time you go to work. And maybe it's the same person that's challenging you. Maybe it's an authority figure, and this person has you under their thumb, and they're gossipy and they're talking about people, and you're joining them. Well, your soul knows that's not right. Your soul knows, I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about those things. I want to do my job. I want to serve. I want to be the best I can be. And this person is challenging me. So now you're going and you're starting to nitpick about that person. You're going home, you're complaining to your husband, you're talking to your friends, and that's that energy. That's the lower energy. But your power is to take a step back. Your power and your lesson is to see, how can I be different? How can I change my reaction? How can I choose to see love in this moment rather than the negative? How can I quiet ego's voice down so the intuitive voice can be heard and lead me where I need to go? When we show up for ourselves first, it's the most important thing. We can't show up for another and help another until we show up for ourselves. This is a big lesson, a huge lesson for you overgivers out there. And I know you're listening. And you're just like me, because I was that overgiver. Go, do. I gotta make it look like I'm super mom. I can do it all. And what happens when we overgive is we deplete. We deplete our own tanks of love. We only get so much in a day, in a life. And if we're going and giving, and we aren't receiving, if we're not slowing down enough to learn lessons, to show up for ourselves, to honor ourselves, to do the work, then we're not being of service to ourselves. And we certainly can't give to another that way. You can't give to your kids, you can't give to your spouse, and you can't give to others. And we are all here to be of service and help each other. So sometimes we have to give to others. Sometimes it is our job. We have great teachers out there and leaders like Maya Angelou and, Oprah and the Dalai. We have amazing people that are alive and have died that teach us, that are there. They're tools. The books that come forward, Marianne Williamson, Gabby Bernstein, Chris Carr. I mean, anybody that you find that's inspirational, that's lifting you, they're giving to you. They're sharing and they're helping you. Take a moment to be filled. Take a moment to be filled and show up for yourself so that you can in turn do what you need to do. Learn your lessons. I think the hardest thing for us to do is to quiet ourselves, especially in a trying time. The hardest thing to do when pain comes forward is to stay in it. We don't want to be there. It's uncomfortable, right? It's not fun to be in pain. It is not fun. But we can't show up for another and help them through their pain if we don't help ourselves first. So how do you help somebody, that's in so much pain? I have a dear friend who just going through a miscarry, and it's so painful, to kind of witness. But you have to show up for her. I know many people that won't take the time to say something to somebody that's grieving because they don't know what to say. Well, I didn't know what to say, so I can't. Or they make it worse by, I know what it's like, But we don't need to do that. We need to just allow another person their time to grieve. We need to just let them know, I'm here, I'm by your side. When you need me, I'm showing up for you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to just wrap you in my love. Sometimes it doesn't have to be said, and sometimes it does. That's where your intuitive voice will come in. That's when you're connected and you're truly in that alignment that you know when it's right or when it's ego. Ego will have you believe you have to do it. You better call, you better call in the group, you better make a big party of it. Ego will have you do things that are unnecessary. Where intuition, where that beautiful guidance will have you do it in a beautiful, loving, gentle way. So it's amazing what we can do for each other when we show up first for ourselves and learn how to distinguish our ego voice versus our intuitive voice. And I'll tell you, the using the first principle in the Goddess You, the quieting the mind, is the very first step. That's the thing you can do. You can show up for yourself and learn these simplistic principles that they're divine. Divine, and will change your life. Bam! That's what I have for you right now.
Well, I had a little bit of that because it was probably a month ago that some close friends I grew up with through, back in my hometown, they lost their mother. The one guy I went to high school with, the other one was just a friend of my brother's, but became a close friend of mine. And it took me a while to call them to, offer my condolences because I just didn't know what to say.
Right.
Even though they were... my one friend Jeff was right there for me when my dad passed away, and I brought that up when I called and got his message, but it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to say, and it really felt like I went too long, but I didn't want to be too soon. But anyway, I made the call, and I felt better after I did.
And it's funny how ego will keep us, and I've done this myself. I know exactly what you're talking about, and we will make a situation more about ourselves. Rather than the other person. It's human nature. We all get lost, and ego is a very powerful thing. That's why it's important for us to learn and understand, this tone of, we need a healthy balance of having that logic, having that, JJ's barking, having that healthy balance of logic and learning and stability, right? But when it takes over into that fearful tone, that Schmiego guy comes in, well, then we get really confused. We get confused. So,
Well, I was reflecting back on how I felt like I didn't want to talk to anyone, and I wasn't sure if reaching out was going to be the right thing. And then, you kind of bouncing back and forth with yourself.
yeah. Yeah, I know. I think that's where we can kind of quiet our tone and go into a prayer and ask, putting your hands over your gut, over the solar plexus and over your heart. One hand over your heart, one on your solar plexus, and breathing in and asking, is it right for me to send a message? Is it right for me to phone call? Do I need to send a letter? Ask, and Spirit will talk to you. Ask and you will receive. When we're separate, when we're going it alone, when we're not inviting God in, we can't hear. We can't hear. That's the truth. We can't have beautiful, guided intuition without God. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So that is the story. It's the truth. I was like, I got that all out in like a quick few minutes. So I'd love to hear your guys, your thoughts on this. I'd love to talk to you about how you show up. How do you help somebody that's in pain? The number here is 646-891-5252. What do you say to a mom who's just lost her child? This has happened. I have a client who lost her 10-year-old son, and I knew she needed love. I knew because of the connection of what Spirit was showing me, but this was in my body. I knew she needed divine timing, which means I held sacred space for her. So I took a moment, I sent a prayer, and I sent her a message and said, here's what I can do for you when you are ready. I held the sacred space for her, and when she was ready, she was able to come. And in that time we shared together, I didn't take the moment away from her. I allowed her grief to be what it needed to be. That means if she needed to cry, I allowed, and I did not take my grief and put it before hers. So it's an important thing to learn how to control our emotions within a moment so big as sharing another's grief. We can't take that grief on for our own. We have another call.
Yep.
Is it Karina? Karina is on the line. Hello, Karina. I'm sorry, I'm saying it totally wrong. Hi, how are you?
Absolutely fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. You're the funny girl.
Yes, I'm the funny girl.
Oh.
I don't know if I really have a question. I just felt like I don't know. I didn't really get a chance to really talk to my grandmother. I've been missing her lately. And I kind of hold to her words. She told me, when she was like in the midst of dying, she was just saying how like the Spirit of the Lord let her see, I was gonna be big time or whatever, what she would say, but she just couldn't tell me when, and I don't know. I hold on to it, but sometimes it's hard, to stay in faith, what I'm saying, because it seems like so far away. You know what I mean?
No, I'm totally confused. Wait a minute. I need help. Somebody help me over here. I did not understand what she just said. What's wrong with me?
My grandmother told me.
Your grandmother?
When she was passing away.
Yes.
That she said she could, like, the Holy Spirit told her I was going to be big time.
Oh, okay. And so
that I was going to be.
Okay. Now I get it. But you didn't know, but there's no timing on that, correct? Like, and you're not knowing why, and you're kind of at that stagnant point in your career. Am I correct?
Yeah, kind of feeling stagnant.
Actually, you're more like the screaming halt is what she's saying. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And she's fun. She's really funny. Just so you know, she's coming through. She's like, Yeah, she's at a screaming halt. She's like, and this is what we were talking about showing up for ourselves, right? And doing the work and learning the lessons. You're in an interesting area because there's a lot going on in terms of like lessons that are surrounding you and you're ignoring them. Your grandmother's she's like, you close the door and you're not opening it. You are afraid to open the door. Because you don't want to let all that stuff out of the closet. And she said do you understand what she's saying? Like, she's so funny. She's like, take it all out. Like, I feel like you need a spring cleaning and you better get busy because your fame is waiting for you. It's waiting for you. Time is a ticking.
I know. I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm standing there because I feel like I don't know where to go, what to do. Like, what's next? Because I felt like I've done.
Well, because it's staring you in the face, right? You got to clean up the relationships. You got to clean up. You got to you got to say you're sorry. She said you got to say you're sorry and you got to apologize. You got to step up and just do that work. You understand what she's saying?
Okay.
You got to that's how you make it right, she said.
All right. I don't know who I need to apologize to because I feel like I don't owe anyone an apology. That's wild.
Okay. I'm just going to ask her because she's like so clear. Like, I feel like you need to look in the mirror and maybe this is actually for yourself. Because she's showing me, she's showing me you looking in the mirror and like standing up and doing that apology. And she's saying you have to show up. Like, I feel like that for you. Like, you have to show up for yourself. You put everybody before yourself and everybody else on a pedestal, and you talk smack about yourself.
I do.
And
that's true.
And she's saying that is so uncool. She said, how can you expect anybody to like you if you don't like you? How can you expect to have a career out of that? She said, that's not what you want.
Okay. No.
And you understand the dog, the dog she's showing me, the little dog?
A little dog?
Yeah. She's bringing through the little dog.
I don't know what little dog that is.
I don't know. It's like a little dog, like a little Toto dog.
Oh, yeah? I know somebody that wanted one of those. But that's it.
The little Toto dog. I don't know. And you're a little dog, too.
Somebody dog.
So what is she connecting me to the Wizard of Oz for? Like, she's making me feel like the Wizard of Oz.
I wasn't in the play about two years ago.
There, that's why she's bringing it through. Okay. Like, that's your greatness. Like, there's your greatness. Like, when you're on stage, she said, when you're under the lights, when you're in makeup, like, you love all of that.
I do.
But then when you go home, you self-sabotage. You self-sabotage.
Okay.
And, are you drinking a lot?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
More than I probably should.
I kind of like, I would go that way too. I'd be like, I feel like it's just not serving you. I feel like you're binging.
Right.
That's what she's saying. You're binging. You binge between that and ice cream.
Me, ice cream? I don't eat ice cream.
What is it that you're doing? Why is she showing me that? Why is she showing me ice cream? Is this her?
Maybe coffee.
Okay.
Or iced tea? I had a lot of iced tea lately.
Iced tea? She said ice cream, and I don't know why she's saying ice cream. Ice cream. Is this around her? Was she the ice cream eater? Like a creamy?
Yeah, my grandmother. Yeah.
Okay.
Maple walnut.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So binging is you, ice cream is her.
I got it. Yeah, ice cream is her.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what she likes.
Okay. It's her. Okay. It's just like her way of coming through to let you know that it's her, let you know that she's with you, and let you know to get the work done. Like, show up for yourself. Do it.
Okay. Cool. That's important.
Have you gotten? Have you bought the book yet? Have you got The Goddess You yet?
No.
Well, sister, let's do that. You need the book. You got to get going. You got work to do.
Okay. I got work to do. Where do I get this book? This is your book?
Yeah. That's my book.
Okay.
You can do it right off the
Does it
website.
come-
Right on the website, geniestreet.com. And you can link to Amazon or to Barnes & Noble.
Okay. So I'll do that. I guess I think I understand what she's saying. I don't know who I should apologize to, but
And maybe that
you know,
apology
I
is
don't think
really, it may be really to yourself. You know, but when we're so mean to ourselves and we talk down to ourselves, we have to learn a different language. We have to learn to speak kindly and to see ourselves through love. So I would start right there.
okay. That's a good thing. Thank you so much, because I swear I was 10 minutes off of almost like giving up. You know, not giving up, but you know what I mean. I felt like, man,
Walking away.
I don't know where else to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like
Yeah.
there's some relationships that need cleaning up too.
Okay. Friendships, you mean?
Yeah. Are you in a romantic relationship?
No, I'm not.
Were you? That ended in a sour.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the one that kind of ended on shaky ground, she says.
Yes, it did.
That's what she's talking about.
Oh, to fix that.
There's like, my heart is heavy. She's putting her hand over her heart. It's painful, and it still lives with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's talking about an old relationship,
Yes.
I think. Is she talking about something recent or old?
She's talking about a romantic relationship that you're carrying in your heart, and it's feeling like grief, and it's hard to breathe. So it's unfinished business, is what she's showing me.
Yeah, it's true. It is unfinished. So maybe that's what she's talking about. So I could try to clear it up, but the person won't talk to me. So
I would clear it
That's
up.
hard.
I would do the work yourself first. And what does that mean? If you listen to the show, we talked about showing up for ourselves and doing the work. Sometimes it doesn't mean speaking to the other person. Sometimes it means taking the time to journal, to write it down, to get our feelings out, to apologize to ourselves, or to forgive them from a distance. It doesn't mean that you have to give them a call. It's when we slow down and we hear the intuitive over the ego, because ego will have us be like, yo, bitch, this is what you got to do. And then Shmigo, will trick you and keep you in that fear, where love will be like, send them a prayer. Take a moment and be in love. Take a moment to release them and set them free. Take a moment to see the lesson in that relationship, that even though it might be painful because it ended on a sour note, there are great lessons and great things you took with you. And be grateful for the love that you received. And don't live in the stories of the anger.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And it's funny, I do videos every morning of inspiration, and I can't even inspire myself. That's sad.
And so if you want you want that work to be high vibrational, then you got to walk the walk. Right?
Gotcha.
We can't be an inspiration to another if we're not inspirational to ourselves.
That is so true.
I know.
Man, I'm so glad I called you, Dean. Man, you made my day, seriously.
Good.
You really did.
And I want to see these inspirational videos. Post them in our put them in our Angels Don't Lie group. I want to see it. We all want to see it. We want to be inspired, and we want to be.
All right, cool.
We want to hold you up with love.
Okay, that'll be great. I need it.
Good.
I do.
All right.
This is great. Definitely share with you guys. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you too. Have a great.
All right.
Have a great.
You
night.
have a blessed night.
Thank you, honey. You too.
All right. Good
Bye.
night.
And you see how, like, we'll say no, like, I don't get that, and then in the end, it all comes right around, right?
Yeah, it floods right out.
Floods right out. It's, there's that relationship. It's hard to connect sometimes, the meaning behind the message and the impressions that I'll get. It's sometimes hard when we aren't really looking at that part of our life, like, oh, I don't need to know that. You know, like I said, I have a friend who's just going through a miscarriage. She lost a pregnancy. So painful for her, and she just wants to know, is this really going to happen for me? It was a challenge for her to conceive. It took a while, and the things, and she's a good friend of mine, so we talk, and I share the messages that I receive, and sometimes we don't take them to heart. There's a door that they keep showing me for her to step through, and this door, it opens to this path of this new life. It's about walking away from a job that's no longer serving her, and she can't see what's on the other side because it's really scary. You have security, you have you've been there for a while, you're making money, and you can't see that this job is energetically robbing you of love. It's robbing you of your energy. And the angels are saying, here you go. And she, the spark is there. The spark of wanting to leave is kind of there, but you can't put the pieces together because you can't see what's on the other side of walking out that door, right? It's not serving you, but you can't, there's no other job lined up. And how am I going to support myself, or how am I going to do this? And the angels are saying, faith. Here's the faith. So here in this trying time of, trying to figure out, what am I going to do? Am I going to leave this job? And now you lose a pregnancy, something that you really yearned for and longed for, and you feel like you're being punished. You feel like you're being punished, but you're not. Because God has a greater plan for all of us, a greater plan to teach us, to help us, to help us be really strong and really powerful in our own life. Maybe that moment for her is taking that scary step out of that door, leaving that job, and having full faith, so that the soul, when it's ready, can come and she can nourish it and support it during a pregnancy, carrying it full term. Maybe that's what's on the other side. Maybe that's the big lesson, because the scary part is we hold on to the left side, the logical side, the side that ego wants us, that survival, that I gotta do this, I gotta do that, instead of I gotta ease full, I gotta turn it over to God, I gotta allow, I have to follow, I have to be, right? We're used to forcing and manipulating energy, but when we stop and slow, we can hear God's voice. We can hear it, we can live it, and that makes the ease. So my dear friend, if you are listening tonight, we are all sending you love and prayers and supporting you. To my callers tonight, Jillian and Karina, we send you love and support as you are going on your path. Equally amazing paths of, different women, different states, different circumstances. But God has a plan for you. You are unique, you are special, and you are needed. So I'm happy to hold that sacred space for all of you, to be the people that you need to be. Share your stories with me. Join the Angels Don't Lie group. Send me a short video, 1 to 2 minutes, and tell me your story. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to share it. And you can reach me at Jeannie@JeannieStreet.com. We have, I wanted to share one more thing with you tonight. I've just launched this brand new workshop, which I'm very excited about. It's the Goddess You workshop. It's actually a series of 4 live webinars I'm going to be teaching in June. It's going to be every Monday in June, and they will be 90 minutes each. The whole bundle has been amazing to create. I have to tell you, the amount of content that I have in there in each of the workshops. And so what will happen is, during the first workshop, you'll get a download that you can print out. It'll be like a mini workbook, and we'll have this great, back and forth conversation with a group of like-minded people. And then we'll be able to take it a step further, where I'll share what the angels are saying specifically in this group specifically for what the lessons we are working on. So really guided, really personalized, amazing webinars. So these Goddess Workshop webinars that group them together. They are originally $79 each. I marked them down. They were $34.99 each, and then I marked it down again, so I've slashed them, and now they are $99 for the bundle. And with that bundle, you get also the first chapter of the Goddess Journal, the Goddess You Journal. I made that into a beautiful PDF, so you get that right away. As soon as you sign up, that gets sent to your inbox. You can print it out. You can start your journey before we even start the class, which I think is amazing. Then at the end of the fourth one, there's going to be another giveaway, which I'm really excited about, and it's a little secret. I'm not going to tell you what it is, so you'll have to stay tuned through all four of the webinars to get that final gift. And so when we're done with the 4 90-minute webinars, you will get the copy of them. So you can replay them, you can listen to them, and we just ask you not to share them, obviously. But, that's for you. It's for your growth, so you can go back and you can move forward in your life and be the best person that you need to be. So how can you find this great webinar? How can you purchase it? You can either go to my website and just go right to the product bundle, which is the Goddess You workshop bundle, or you can see on my Facebook page. I've shared it both on my personal page, on the Jeannie Street, and in Spirit Healing Studio pages. I think I even shared it in Angels Don't Lie as well. I think it's on...
I believe I saw it there too.
Yeah, I shared it on also Instagram. So those are my social sites right now. Those are the ones I've been kind of gearing towards and sharing. Amazing. Oh, so let me explain a little bit about our listeners. I want to tell you, we did a little research and we found out that with this program that we use for the podcast, for the radio, we can see where people are listening. So we have a lot of listeners in Virginia. So I want to shout out to them. Hey, Virginia, Georgia, Pennsylvania, California. Those are our top states. The United Kingdom, we have County Cork, Ireland. We have Queensland, Australia. We have, I got to pull this up so I can get them all. There's so many, it was crazy.
We're going to shout out to Rachel in Michigan.
Yes, I said hi to her before. Michigan, County Cork, did I say that? And Queensland in the UK, New York, we have good listeners, Michigan, and yeah, I think those are the tops. So I thank you. Keep listening. Send us your questions. If you want to share your story, I'd love to, listen or share it with my people as well. And, I know what I know because angels don't lie. Thanks for listening, and happy Tuesday. We'll see you next week.